And we're done. Hold it down, click the button, convert into tomb, and go back to tomb. Tomb of the Nine Gods. Away we go. Away we go. This is our first look. This is the actual Azaka unlock adventure. Is Tomb of the Nine Gods. So their first look at the Tomb of the Nine Gods. Do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And this will be our new gold farm formation. Dirty farm formation. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna have to build a whole new world. Do a whole new deep push formation. We're just gonna be behind. Regis will be behind, and Regis will be melee. Okay. Healing flow. Start to rap like butter. Oh no. Undead in the Tomb of the Nine Gods. Undead's what you want, folks, if you weren't sure. If you weren't sure. There's a few undead here. Just a couple. Just a couple. Let's get all of these leveled up to their spec choices, at least. No, we're going Battle Master because Bruner's going to be in the back. Here. So the other one would mean nothing, really. All right. We're just going to ride this train all the way. Well, as far as we can go. And with E25 favor, we can go pretty far. We can go pretty far. No, I didn't. Okay. So I haven't leveled her up very far. We haven't done a deep push with her yet. What do we make shiny? What do we make go shiny? Oh, unlock the wild beyond the witchlight. Don't care. Collected 50 feats. This was not tracking correctly. It was at like 1 out of 50. And now, so it is counting default feats, which is good to know, but it definitely wasn't tracking correctly. And I really don't care about either of those. I mean, I'll take the corrupted gems for some future indeterminate time. We're going to be completing our 12th adventure in Tomb here. What else? Close to anything else? Get some more blessings. We won't be able to get that. 10 variants in Grand Tour. No, we're not going to Grand Tour. 100 feats. Now it's tracking correctly. 58 out of 100. Okay. That's real weird. All right. But I really wish these 11,500 corrupted gems were green gems. Were green gems, because guess what? I could buy a pixie, and then I'd be close to buying... I could buy a gelatinous cube and be close to buying a pixie. And that would be way nicer for me. Way nicer for me. Those 3 gold Eliwick chests are going to sit and wait for a while. We're gonna need to get her up to green. We need 2 more greens on her. We need this one. The snack pack is a green, and we don't even have an item in slot 1 yet. But we did get a random natural shiny. We yeah, not really. 250. Okay. So after we stop click killing, we'll see what area we're on, and then maybe we'll pop some fire breaths just to fly through. To continue flying through. But I mean, we've already leveled up our click damage to 127 over here, so we might click through 250. No, that would seem maybe a stretch. That would seem like a bit of a stretch. Let's go see what we got over here. We did just convert some favor in. Nope, not enough. Not enough. All right. Well, I guess I didn't need to convert that favor in. It almost looks like it didn't convert in. It should have been. Oh, never mind. I was thinking it was an event conversion. It wasn't. It was 25% of that. Yeah, it was fine. We basically got nothing out of the time gate. Time gates don't give a whole lot. I looked at that wrong. That would, I don't think they're going to change that for time gates, but it'd be nice if they did, right? In honor of completing our Eliwick time gate, I'm going to have a Cadbury cream egg. Yeah, it was only like E24. It's a 25%. We were at like 27% or something like that. So, like 27 and a half. Wrapper's actually stuck to the bottom. There we go. See where we go again. Started the stream 283,407 gems up to 320,395. About 40,000 so far. Just in a few hours. While having 2 Idle Champions clients out, all my streaming stuff. I do have Raid open in the background as well. Grind and Dragon stuff. So You know, not the ideal gem farm situation, but I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. This is this a whole new world from Aladdin? Except I guess this would be from the Disney movie Idolin instead of Aladdin. Idolin. A whole new merge. Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could do the cadence. Oh, yeah. Oh, E11 health. That's right. We're still in the 30s. I don't know why I'm like, what's their health at now? Like, well, our click damage is so high. 250 is gonna take a little bit of time. Take a little bit of time. We're now about halfway to our gelatinous cube friend, which is nice. And this will give 500 gems. That would be a whole chest, but that's a tenth of our progress to our gelatinous cube friend. Oh, this one, the gas vents. Ugh, stab it. It's just so many hits to take off here. Oh, Manny. So this is one of those situations like I've decided to pause on buying gold chests, but I mean that's 5 gold chests. That's 5 chances at some speed potions, which would help us through this a lot faster. I'm choosing to go a little slower at the moment because when I get that 4th familiar, it's going to park right over here. So the start of these runs, I just hands free until we're to the point where quick damage isn't killing anymore, and then I can park it somewhere else. Park it somewhere else. We really need 5. Well, 6. 5 would pick up if we put them all out here. 5 would pick up the boss bags immediately, which is a bit of speed as we're pushing through here. Oh, here it is. It's the Juggernaut, or as I like to call it, the Zamboni. The Zamboni. Look at this face. Look at this face. Oh, that's hilarious. Zamboni will wreck your day. If you don't know if you don't know, now you know. It just basically kind of rams into you over and over and over again. It does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. So that's actually the big, because it's the level area 40 boss. That's actually the big problem when you get right before the Area 50 boss. The Area 50 boss is, you know, not the greatest, but the Zamboni, the Juggernaut, has traditionally always been uh, the more problematic foe. Hey, Bunny Beast. You'll see what I mean when we get to Area 50. Area 50 here is a combination of like two different types of segment and health bosses. One is an armored boss, one is a hit based. Well, one is armored. There's three groups of things you need to attack. One is an armored boss, one is a hit based object, and then there's like tentacles, basically. Basically. I think they are actually. Well, we'll see. I can't remember if they're called tentacles or if there's something else. I love how we're just beating the crap out of keyholes. Why don't we pick the lock? Why don't we just beat the crap out of it? Want a Zamboni familiar? That'd be neat. Watch us Briv jump the boss. Oh no, we can't. This is our first time through. Good. Good. That was one of the things you could do back in the day. You could just skip the boss entirely with Briv. No longer. Alright. Here we go. The first time on this account meeting that lich, a Sararak. So yes, three tentacles. They're soulmonger tentacles. The Sararak is an armored boss. The soulmonger itself is a hit-based boss. And basically, you can click kill back here to get rid of it, but you really need to get rid of the tentacles. Tentacles are no good, very bad day. And as to higher levels, you really just want to click. A Sararak will be, very hard to kill. You just want to click through the Soulmonger. Once the Soulmonger's gone, then you can just deal with the Sararak. Because once the Soulmonger's gone, so are the Soulmonger tentacles. Obviously, we didn't have any problem here, but that's because we're hitting way above our weight class. E66 damage on an E15 area, not a problem. We turn Nerds cart into a Zamboni. That would be a neat skin. Canadian nerds, and they roll out, three of them roll out in a Zamboni. Absolutely. I'm here for it. That makes four good skin ideas for nerds. Remember, the first is the roller coaster car from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. The second is the legally distinct red Corvette. Because the names are what, for Saturday morning nerds, maybe. And then you want sugar daddy nerds in the red Corvette. And then we want human nerds, and it's three nerds in a trench coat. It's three nerds in a trench coat. And then you'd want Canadian nerds, and it's three nerds wearing toques beanies, palm beanies on a Zamboni. Like in the behind the wheel of a Zamboni. I think that's fantastic. I think that's fantastic. You could do a bobsled? Yeah. Look, Winter Games nerds. Let's just go full Olympics with it. Winter Games nerds, and it's three nerds in a bobsled. I'm totally here for that. Get that Olympics crossover. So there's five. There's five skins for nerds. Hold on. Now I see. Now I want to. I gotta get this. Okay. Skins. Skins for nerds. One is 80s nerds. I'll just call it 80s nerds. Indie cartoon roller coaster car. Well, it wasn't a roller coaster, was it? It was what exactly was it? It was like a I mean, it was some kind of a carnival ride. It wasn't a mine cart. Was it a roller coaster? Technically, all I know is they went into like an opening, and then I thought they were inside something. I guess they still call that a roller coaster. I don't consider those roller coasters, but I'll just call it a carnival ride car. I mean, they were at the carnival, right? Space Mountain is a roller coaster. I get it, but there's I went to fairs. I went to like the moving fairs, and some things were more felt more roller coastery than others. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. So I got 80s nerds, sugar daddy nerds. Oh, human nerds. Green nerds. It's human glitch nerds. And then Canadian nerds. And Zamboni. And then Olympic. Winter Olympic. Or Winter Games nerd. And a bobsled. Okay. Okay. I like this. I like this. Yeah, and I don't know that I'd have to go back and watch that part of that. It didn't feel like it was primarily gravity control. Like, because there's certain places that are like Toontown. You do Roger Rabbit's Wild Ride. I mean, you're moving around on a track and stuff, but it's not a roller coaster. So I don't know. I guess I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what that ride looked like. So, but I think it conveys the idea when I say the '80s cartoon ride. What else do we got? Anything else we can come up with for the nerds? Those were pretty good. Those are pretty good. I don't want to stretch it too far. I feel like we hit some good. You got the D&D cartoon tie-in. You got a little red Corvette. You got the three nerds in a trench coat, which I think is great. We got the Zamboni. We got a bobsled. The inevitable. Um, oh no, was it? Uh, the movie with the huge mechs that the two of them get in and pilot it. Jaegers. Three nerds in a Jaeger, right? Pacific Rim nerds. Oh god. And you gotta give the Jaeger a good name though, but I don't even want to name it. But yeah. Oh god, that's funny. You could just call the Jaeger Sword Coast. You could, right? Why not? They're kind of nonsensical names half the time anyway. So you'd call it Sword Coast Nerds and they're in a Jaeger and that's just the name of the Jaeger? Three nerds piloting me. No. Nope. Nope. Oh, pirate nerds and a pirate ship. I'm gonna just call it a pirate ship. I'm gonna just put them on the deck of a pirate ship. They could have eye patches and a hat. Yeah, the Jaeger wouldn't be huge. It would be like a normal sized champion, but for nerds, that's actually pretty big, right? For nerds, that's a good size. And it's 3 instead of 2 because D&D. Because legally distinct D&D. Oh boy, that's funny. All right. Right before completing an area, that's funny. That would be perfect. Make them really tiny and put them in the head of a kind of a walking mech called Sword Coast. You could even kind of flavor it as a one of the Water Davian statues, right? Who did you get in the free time gate? Eliwick Tumblestrom, right here. Which is why her gear is abysmal. But we did the whole time gate. We even did a deep push for favor because our variant was 175 completion area. Rocked it out. Did well. And now we're back into 2 Annihilation. Am I happy with Eliwick on a new player account? I mean, it's, it is what it is. She's got some gold find, so she goes in the dirty gold find group, like which is what we're pushing with right now, is our dirty farm. So if she's generating some extra gold for me, that's okay. I mean, would I have preferred somebody else? Sure, but the other options weren't weren't great. I think one was Valentine in slot 5, and I don't remember what the other one was. It just wasn't. I was like, meh, you know. Valentine would have been 4 champions in this slot, which I mean, I'm all in on Briv here. Uh, by getting another one here, I'm ready for Split the Party 1 and 2. So I don't have to focus on slot 12 or slot 10 now. So it's fine. Box of 10 Cadbury cream eggs. Wow. I do boxes of 4 here, or you could buy the display box, which I've done before. However many that comes in. Nice, though. That's great. But no, I did not want that many Cadbury cream eggs this time around. I felt like 16 was I got 4 boxes of 4. That's a lot. Along with my Starburst jelly beans, I've got too much candy. I need to counteract it. I need to buy some more. I ran out of. I had my last bag of Garden Solstice Sun chips the other day on stream. I gotta go. I gotta more of those. Yeah, Virgil. I would have preferred a Virgil over here, but even though his speed ability wouldn't have kicked in that much, but still, some speed's better than nothing. But I'll tell you, I mean, the fact that it's a gold fine champion, yeah, great. That helps. I'll take the gold find. All right, we're clearing area 100. We've got our click damage up to level 179. Remember, we only have to get to 250, so we're going to click through most of this. Again, getting through this is not going to be a problem. We should have more than enough. At E25, we have enough favor to finish all of Tomb of Annihilation. All of it. At some point in the long, distant future, maybe we'll come back and do another favor push to finish this off. But we've got our globals. This is the most important thing. We have our globals to take with us into other places. And again, this is not for anybody just tuning in. This is not a pushing formation. This is just a gold find formation. So we've got Hitch and Dritz and in here, and Regis specifically are here to boost Jarlaxle's gold find that's based around Rogues and Drow. We got Eliwick in for gold find. We got Archon in because he has a gold find item. That's it. And then we got Briv just for some speed, and Bruner because I didn't have anybody else. Dude, Krull's occasionally getting some pilfer stacks off things. But Bruner and Minsk is in for a little bit of his speed, his extra enemy every now and then. Bruner's just here because nobody else has any gold fight. So Bruner's here. The Bruner's here. Mm-hmm. Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember what's after this. The Immortal Warrior will be after this. So we have two, three, we have four more adventures, base adventures after Tomb of the Nine Gods. We will dip into those. I feel like Tomb of the Nine Gods is probably going to finish this off today. Maybe. Yeah, we only got like an hour and a half left. Immortal Warrior is a Area 250 completion, yeah, so we won't be able to complete that today. So we'll have four more at just base adventures in this campaign, and then we'll dip back and try to do variants. But we'll stream on Monday and Tuesday. We should be able to get through those four and then maybe attempt a variant or two before Wednesday when the event happens. And then Wednesday, all hell's going to break loose because I'm going to have multiple accounts running at once, and we're going to be making guides while we do unlocks, and it's going to be a busy day. First Wednesday of every month is now just slammed. Super busy. Super busy. Hopefully. Oh, I don't know. So we'll get 500 gems from this. We should get at least 500 from the other four. So there's 2,500. We'll be over halfway to... Oh, no, that's 5,000. That's the gelatinous cube. Awesome. So by the time we finish the main storyline in Tomb, we will have the gelatinous cube. That's fantastic. So we'll rock into the event with 4 familiars. Then we'll be doing event stuff. We won't be gaining gem rewards at the end of variants just from the bosses, so our gem gain is going to slow down a lot. I feel like maybe during the event we go back to buying gold chests, and then once we're back to doing regular campaign stuff, variants are going to reward us a good chunk of gems, so maybe then we start saving up for that 10k familiar. Pixie? Yeah. Pixie. When you want a 4th familiar account, you only play active on stream. Because I want to just park. I just want it's kind of efficient progress for a new player. You park one of the familiars down here with three on the screen, and then you don't have to do anything for a very long time. Like I can go to level. We're probably going to be over level 200 by the time I would technically need to be touching anything else. You could have it in the background and stuff. So it isn't necessarily about me and the way I'm playing actively on stream. It's about like what would the efficient new player decision be. Yeah, I'm trying to show efficient progress as a new player, not necessarily anything else. But yeah, my overall progress would be faster if I ditched because I'm sitting here and I'm clicking on stuff. It'd be faster. But the nice thing is I'll be able to, once we get that, I can occasionally click on stuff and level things up, but then I could maybe be working on a guide in the background. Again, it is supposed to be an idle game, right? Finally, this is going to be a nice Easter surprise for people. I'm finally trying to finish up the formatting on that. If Dritz were a X, then he'd be a leader of the Companions of the Y thing that we made a while back. There's so many. I'm not even gonna rearrange them. We're just gonna get them in the order we created them in. Finally, if Dritz were Brunor. If Dritz were Brunor. I mean, I didn't put periods on any of this. These weren't full sentences before. Okay. Semi-formatted correctly now. It's all in sentences. It's all in sentences. We're just in time for an ad break. Great. I've got perfect timing. Dritz were Bruno Mars. Oh no. I think we already have a leader of the Companions of the Small, don't we? What? Sorry, Bruno. No, it'd be if Dritz were Bruno Mars. We don't talk about Bruno. We just stop it. Just stop it. The Zamboni again. The Neon Zamboni. All right. With the new things on the horizon, I mean, are we talking about Elminster? Are legendary investments with the Dark Urge and DM probably the future? I don't. I mean, I wouldn't invest legendarily in Dungeon Master until he got a rework that made him super useful. As far as the Dark Urge goes, I mean, the Dark Urge is only as good as the supports that you have with him. So, again, not necessarily. I mean, that's something you kind of have to decide for yourself. I think with the way Elminster is going to work, you're going to want to make sure you're not just going all in on one team, that you're spreading the love across newer champions, because there's some solid newer champion groups out. Like Absolute Adversaries is a potential team, but doesn't mean they're going to qualify for all the variants that Elminster offers, but they do qualify for Elminster, right? So looking at some of the newer, champions that have been released in the last 3 years, maybe the last 1 or 2 years, to try to really make sure you're maximizing how long you're going to have access to them, and then always keeping an eye on new champions in the future. Yeah. And again, I think investing in and getting champions up to like level 5 legendaries on each of their items is a beefy investment in power. You don't have to go to 20. 5 is pretty nice. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, the only time you really use Dungeon Master is if his special guest star actually is useful. Gives you something you actually need that you're missing. The rest of the time, he's not really super functional. Now, when the rest of the Saturday morning squad come in, I mean, that could be a whole. We don't know how long it's going to take to get all of them in the game, though. But that could be a whole group that Dungeon Master actually wants to be with, because his whole age thing is going to work with them, and hopefully they're a solid group. Yeah, I mean, there's the potential, but it doesn't necessarily mean guaranteed. Yeah, I mean, they regret naming it Idle Champions, but what were they going to name it? Formation Strategy Management Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Like that's not necessarily it either, right? And you can get to a point where it's semi-idle. I think there are a couple of things you could add to the game. If it's possible to do so, there are a couple of things you could add to the game that would make it a much more idle situation. One of those I think I've talked about is like a work queue, where you can just set things up. It would involve like your save formations, and you could just queue up things for your game to do, so you don't really have to watch it. Champion Manager 2024. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that's not altogether unwrong. Champion Manager of the Forgotten Realms. I don't know. Champions of the Forgotten Realms Manager. It still feels weird. Idle Champions. Yeah, that would be a little too close, I think, to the other game. They kind of did that. I mean, calling it IDLE, they did give a little bit of a nod to Crusaders of the Lost Idol, IDOL. Yeah, it's kind of its own. Here's the thing: is it's kind of its own genre. They've kind of created a subgenre, right? It's got a little clicker, it's got a little idle, but it's also a puzzle game. It's not like an auto battler. It's in its own little area. So I don't know. I don't know what could have been a better name because I don't know that there's another. I don't know that there's an established genre for this, right? I mean, I think you could have just called it Champions of the Forgotten Realms and gotten away with that. Honestly, that's probably the cleanest way to put it because all of the characters are, champions in a sense, right? So that's probably the best way to go. You would have a cool theme song. It just wouldn't be Idol Champions. It'd just be Champions of the Forgotten Realms, right? Oh yeah, if you're at like level 10 legendaries and a couple thousand item levels, yeah, it's more about now getting some alternate formations that have like legendaries in the or 5 range, level 5 range. They don't necessarily need thousands of item levels. You know, like I think your first goal is 100 on all champions, but then I think 250 after that to try to cap their ultimate cooldown reduction if you have it shiny. 500 if you don't, and then you go to 1,000 or higher on those mathematically overpowered champions. Um, but you may already have done that for a lot of them. But like all the absolute adversaries are what we call mops, mathematically overpowered. So you know, getting them all up like to a average item level of 1,000 and getting them level 5 legendaries, that would do a lot of work in Elminster for anything you can use them in. Still going to need some other champions to flesh out those groups, though. Are we even going to have? I hesitate to ask this question. Are we going to have to switch to a pushing formation? Can we just stick with Gold Find this whole thing? I was wondering what Guinevere's tail was doing, wagging off the screen over here. It did it again. It's stuck wagging off the screen. It was a bug with Guinevere, folks. I don't know what's going on. Guess who's back? Back again. Gwen is back. Killing your friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back. Right. Uh, can you guys? Yeah, you can barely see the little tail nub right over here. I don't know why Guinevere is stuck over there. No idea. Okay, we need some formatting cues for this. Where's that'd work. Right? Don't I have nope. There it is. that. And this. Can't do it that way. Then. Screw me up. With the real slim Drizzy, please stand up. Oh no. Yeah. Wow. Is Gold Find and Global Gold Find the same thing? Context? I want to say yes, but I need some context. Hey, Mean Cab, is this a gold find push? No, I'm just trying to complete Tomb of the Nine Gods. We've got a gold find group in because, well, we only got to get to 250, and so far we're over 200 on our click kills. So, yeah. Dobbs' busking ability. Yeah, it's just boosting her gold find. This gold find up here at the top left. That's what it's raising. This is your kind of when it says global, it just means the whole party. I don't know why, but they used a weird term. It's this. It's this. Why do I always spell that wrong? Why do I always put a Y in mithril? Is that the like Lord of the Rings version? Is the Lord of the Rings version have a Y in it? Oh, maybe. Mithril, Mithril, and Mithril are sort of... Are they? Hold on. No, Mithril with two eyes is the metal found in Tolkien's Middle Earth. Okay. So what is... There, no, I don't even see a mithril with a Y. Oh, that's in Terraria. Terraria uses the game Terraria uses mithril with a Y. Okay. I don't care about that. Yeah, I don't know why. I've never played Terraria. I don't know why I would have always defaulted to that. Weird. Okay. Hopefully I will now remember the proper way to spell it. Okay. The name of this post is such bait. I'm going to get so many downvotes. Get so many downvotes. Oh well. Oh well. Posted. Oh well. Posted. There you go, folks. That's a good holiday. That's a good holiday post, right? People are going to be bored. They're going to click over and they're going to go, "Oh, someone's talking about how Dritz needs a rework, huh?" And then they're going to open it and they're going to get that, and they're going to get mad. Final Fantasy also spells it with a Y. Interesting. Okay. I was just mistaken. Yeah, I was mistaken. Oh, wow. It's... Great title. Thanks. All about that clickbait. All about that clickbait. Could I be one of those journalists that just writes clickbait titles on the internet? Yes. Am I? Do I want to be? No. No. But could I be? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to save this other file about names for nerds. Names for nerd skins for another day. I mean, it would have been fitting to drop this on the candy holiday, but I'm dropping the Dritzt one instead. Dropping the Dritzt one instead. I'm gonna need to create a list of. I guess I should check that. I'm thinking a list of the variants in order that I want to do them in for tune. Did I do that? Or no. Didn't do it for Sword Coast. Want to hit at least E16 on Nakazaki? Yes, okay. I did not put a list on the way to Azaka. I want to do that this time. In the new player reference, and then I'll want to do another list for Dragon Bait. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Look at that. E210 on our click damage level. It's pretty solid. Any Easter eggs in the Dritz post? No. No. None that I'm aware of. Let's save that post from 2 days from now. Oh, for April Fools? Nah. Nah. I don't usually do. I've done. I think we've talked about this before. I've done April Fool's content before, but again, this is going to get enough downvotes as it is. If I dropped it on April 1st, it would have. I might have broken the downvote counter. It may have ended up being the most downvoted post in the history of the subreddit. Occasionally they do like sometimes they've done, hey, everything's got little hats on it, but it's like for such a limited period of time that if you're not playing in that window where it's active, you don't even notice. I tend to always miss it. We're gonna play on Monday. I mean, we'll be streaming on Monday, so I mean, we'll see. We'll see if we see it. But traditionally, I never see it at all. My problem with the hats is they don't commit to it. They don't. It just hasn't been like it should be an all day thing, and they're like, well, we don't want to make people upset with it. It's like, but if nobody gets to see it, like very few people see it, what was the point? Have it be around. Dilettante, I worked real hard to try to find a way to make that work, and ultimately, looking at it and researching it, I was like, I don't want to. I can't. It can't just be, you know. I didn't want to make fun of halal. The point the decisions behind that and the reasons behind eating like halal diets. So I just didn't do it. I spent a good 10 minutes trying to figure that out the day we came up with that list. Yeah, the problem with some April Fool's things is you have to be very careful because some can really piss off a community, and some uh, can break your game if you didn't prepare for it correctly, right? Um, some are super enjoyable, and you got to find the super enjoyable one and then put in the work to make it happen, in my opinion. But like they kind of whoopsied with Spurt because they're like, oh yeah, well April Fools that we're bringing Spurt to the game, but you can't do stuff like that because people will want it. There will be people that want whatever you make a joke about. Um, find out that's not a thing. So you got to find something that everybody agrees is humorous and silly, and just have it be a fun thing and not like a prank. You can't make it a prank, basically, and that's usually what April Fools is a prank. But when it comes to running a game, you can't make it a prank. Yeah, there were some that I was like, like if it took a long time to get to the joke, I just didn't go with it, and then I don't know, and it had to read with the same cadence. We're not going to be able to click all the way through, I don't think. E6, yeah, we're almost to E65. We got close though. We can almost click our way through E250. Almost. Fortunately, there's no more really gold find to be had. Oh, I haven't ordered any of those books because I know Aaron's book is coming, and I don't want to be in the middle of anything else when I can't read multiple books at a time. So I'm just waiting. I'm lying in wait to pounce on Aaron's new book, Relics of Ruin, when it arrives. Um, yeah. And I saw the first, I saw the first of the new. I saw Dune Part One, the first of the newest, and then until the other one gets out into streaming, I won't see it. Yeah, it's going to take me quite a while to get through the book list we created. Just with what we put on the list, I mean, not even counting like some of those were book ones of a series that I just want to read to see if I like before picking up more of. I'm wondering if we can just, we should just be able to push through with this group. I shouldn't even need to change to an actual pushing group. This has got more than enough power. And this is kind of the way it goes. Once you get to a certain point, you can have a group that's just a specialty pushing group. Normally you would want it to be a speed group, but some combination of speed and gold find, which is kind of what I've done the best to create here. Briv and Minsk are my only real speed champions. Everybody else is here for gold find except for Bruner. So using that, if you can push to the area completion bullet goal with just that, no reason to switch to a pushing group. The deep pushing groups then get, at that point, deep pushing groups get used only when you're going for favor or in a difficult variant. But the ideal situation is you build out a speed pushing team and you can complete things with it. I guess we can switch this back to Jamila. We don't need to see the Dark Urge grinning at us repeatedly. What was the start one again? Oh, that was with like no favor. And now this is our dirty farm group. We can just delete this now. And we can make it, hold on. Nope. Gotta do it here. Save. Overwrite. Did it switch it to 1? It did not. How do I switch it to 1? I don't know. Yeah, dang it. I just want to click on that and have it switch to a different thing. It won't let me. Alright. Currently watching, what am I watching? There's no F1 this weekend, so I'm watching something called a series, Netflix series called The Gentleman, which is set in jolly old England. It's interesting. It's been entertaining so far. But I did just see the whole Disney has basically moved Hulu into Disney Plus thing, so the merger is real. Like they're definitely going to get rid of Hulu as its own site. This is the way it looks. Because they've moved, there's now a Hulu button in Disney Plus with all the content, so. Not a spin-off of the Villains from the Hush episode? No. Absolutely not. The premise is there's this second son of a duke who is off, like, as working for the United Nations, like as a soldier for the United Nations, and gets a message that the dad's dying and rushes home, and spoiler alert, I mean, it's the first episode. I mean, this is the whole point. The total just useless waste of space that is the first son that, you know, normally believes they're just automatically the inheritor of the title and the estate and everything that goes with it. The dad's like, nah, Like gives a sailboat to the daughter, something to the wife, a permanent residence in the caretaker's cottage to the caretaker, for as long as they live. And then everything else went to the second son. And the first son loses it. Just absolutely loses it. So it's a documentary on the British upper class. Well, no, maybe. I mean, where it goes from there is, I'm not going to spoil that part, but um, yeah, the first son just absolutely loses it. I saw it coming. I saw it coming from a mile away, and I still enjoyed it. I don't want. Why am I leveling up click damage? And then yeah. So, and of course, the reason why did the first son lose it so bad? Because he's in debt and he needed the money from the estate to pay off the debt, and at that point, hijinks ensue. Right, hijinks ensue. Uh, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm mostly through. It's like for the first season of it. I think I'm mostly through the first season. It's been entertaining. I mean, we dealt with so far. We've dealt with it's lots of criminal enterprises. There's been uh, drug dealers, and well, there's multiple different drug dealers, and there's uh, another you know noble who's a full on Hitler supporter. And then there's a bit of a spoiler, and then you deal with the travelers, and then that story arcs so far, like that one I really enjoyed. But then there's this random stuff going on in the background, like there's the longer, deeper cut. Like I think I know what's going on, but I may not. It's called The Gentleman, like plural. Evil Emperor Zurg. It's on Netflix. Um, yeah, yeah. It's plural. It's plural. And there's just this joking way that they don't call each other, like the brothers and the sister-in-law do not call each other by the same name. Like they rarely ever use their real names, and they're constantly changing around like the way they refer to each other's names. And it's like the two brothers are just constantly in this back and forth with trying to insult each other with with these variations of their actual names. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. It's a Guy Ritchie thing. Um, so if you like Guy Ritchie stuff, like you might enjoy it. If not, you might not. Oh, you might still. I don't know. I don't really care one way or the other. I just figured I'd try it, and yeah. Again, been entertaining so far, but not like it's not like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever seen. But a lot of times, what's on my watch list is like, well, this looks somewhat interesting. We'll just try it. Britain was built on sarcasm and tea. There's definitely sarcasm in it, and there is tea. So, but there's definitely also violence. Definitely, there's a lot of violence. And drug use. Violence and drug use. And one instance of full frontal male nudity in the most hilarious way possible. At least I found it hilarious. It must have been just mortally terrifying to the people. It would have been just absolutely terrifying to the people in that were experiencing it, but I just laughed my ass off. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I haven't even heard of it, so nowadays until it hits a streaming service, I don't pay a whole lot of attention. Because it basically doesn't exist until that point, as far as I'm concerned. All right, here we go. 240 Zamboni. Is it going to be difficult at all? It shouldn't be. Why are... Oh, there it is. Okay. Why are we fighting all these other things? Yeah, we're going to chew through this. This has the potential to do damage, but let's see what it hits us for. It's a slow attacker. Oh, only 422. Yeah, we're fine. It's a slow attacker, but if you're hitting it around the level that is intended and it's difficult for you, it will absolutely destroy you fairly quickly. Having Dritz on our team helped because it made it miss. That was nice. Dritz does have Dritz is kind of a support. He's pure DPS, but with Twinkle, whatever he hits, the main target has a 50% chance to miss their next attack. All right, where are we at on the other? 337. It's over 50,000 gems so far. So it's been about, hold on, yeah, this is a good comparison. So we started 283, 407. 407. Hold on, that's not, no, I'm not entering the numbers in the right place. Where'd they go? I don't know where they went. Okay. So, checking out my gem farm, my Briv gem farm on my main account. Let me get the calculator out. Get an accurate number here. Minus. No, that wasn't the right number. There we go. So I've earned 54,328 gems in approximately 4 hours. So currently I'm earning 13,500 gems per hour. That is with a 15-minute speed potion and the gem potion. A 7-day gem potion. But 13.5, I mean, I think where I was before, someone can probably find this in the Discord and correct me, but I think before, with a gem potion running at a 15-minute speed, I was at like 8,500. This would be a vast improvement. Most likely, in large part on the back of going to a much deeper zone, combined with, because before I was resetting at like 687 in Sword Coast. So much deeper zone combined with quick transition areas. So yeah, looks like currently, even with everything else I've got going on at once, it's still pulling 13,500 gems an hour. I'll take it. I'll take it. That in the reference that later. We reckon this? Yeah, we reckon this. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I mean, we really want to focus, even if we weren't doing a lot of damage to Serac, which we are slower, we can take care of this. We click, manually click on the Soulmonger. Once every 5 seconds, we'll remove a segment. A fire breath potion here would help get rid of the tentacles and spread the trash mobs. It's an never-ending stream of enemies. And here goes the Soulmonger, and the tentacles will go away at that point, and then you can just focus on a Serac, but we finished it at the same time. Finished at the same time, and we're done. Not going further. No need. No need.